What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, back for episode 2 of the Climb to 1000 DB rating. As you can see, we're at 634, so 96 points higher than we were last time. I said I want to do it about every 100 points. This is close enough. Oddly enough, we're at 771 in ranking, so that's kind of interesting. Kind of thought it'd be a lot higher. Like, we'd be a lot lower, like everyone else would be a lot higher at this point. Because we look at the rankings right now. My highest is 1700, but then it quickly drops off to about 1200. And yeah, 1000 is already in the top 100. So, pretty big disparity on the points here. Which is kind of odd because we've been in this format for a while. Looking at the deck list, pretty similar to last time. The only thing that's changed is we put in the 3 Ash Blossoms over the 2 Dominus Purges, and we had to cut something, so I cut the Magnamut. I was noticing I was drawing a lot more engine than anything else, like hand trap related, so I wasn't sure how much I needed it right now. It's a really good card, but everything I was facing at this point was like no Fiendsmith, no Yubel. Until we get higher up in rating, we're going to see those decks more often, in which case the Magnamut's probably going to come back in. But right now, I was just noticing it was really dead very often. So yeah, we're going to cut that for right now. It'll be back later. I want to tweak the hand traps a little bit more. I have no nib in this list anywhere. I want to put at least one nib somewhere. When Master Duel first came out, I think Pack was the one who popularized putting one nib in with your Max C. Because I don't have anything threatening somebody taking the challenge. Like, I lost a game. I won the match, but I lost a game to some Dino guy. Because I just completely bricked going first. And then I had double Florals. And I just dropped both of them on him. And Dino summons from deck with the baby like 10 times. So I drew 20 cards about. And I just still died because I had nothing to actually stop him. All I had is an Ash and however many Imperms. Shifter at that point instead, because I already put the Molcharmies in grave. So I really only had 4 live hand traps, since you can only use 1 Ash. And then however many Imperms I saw. So I still just ended up dying. So I want to put like something like a nib in here somewhere, just so I can survive. I guess in that situation it wouldn't have mattered, because they have Misk. Yeah, otherwise the deck's completely the same. The 3 Dragon, the 2 Archfiend, the 3 Fairy. 1 Slime, 1 Cerberus, 1 Armor, just the odd names. I like having all of them. The Armor just comes up for odd situations. Master, the 3 Maker, it's your best starter. Field Spell, best card in the entire deck. Room, still at 2. This might get cut down to 1. I did just get suggested to upgrade the Cash Terror package with 1 Fenrir and 1 Field Spell. Which, honestly, the Field Spell is definitely going to need to go in somewhere, because I'm just not seeing this engine nearly as much as I want to be able to. And it's only 4 cards, and today I think I saw Birth 3 times in my opening hand, and I saw Unicorn maybe twice. Birth loves me way more than Unicorn. I just don't know what it is. So then the engine's just 3 Unicorn and the 1 Birth. And then for the non-engine, it's the 2 triple tack talents and the 1 thrust. I do kind of miss having 2 too, but they're just nice cards to have. Sometimes if you have too many of them, you just brick on them. So maybe the 3 is correct. And then for the hand traps, we have 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 new Molcharmy, 3 Shifter, 2 very big high impact traps that sort of work together. Unlike Max C, the Molcharmies don't need to go to grave, so it's really nice being able to drop both of these. But usually your opponent just won't play at that point unless they're on Centurion, in which case they don't care about either of these. So, yep, extracts all the same still. Generic XYZs, you're playing about 5 of those. The Zeus package is about the most mandatory thing you gotta have in here. I would recommend having a number 13 to 31. I'm not gonna go over too much of this. It's all basically the same. Sides pretty much the same as well. I think it's exactly the same, actually. Still really liking the summoning curses. For going first, they just absolutely steal games that I should not be winning. And Tikaboo is just Tikaboo. Floodgate, go woo! Alright, let's get into the games. Alright, first game against Mimighoul. So we'll get into it. I do lose the RPS, and he's going to choose to go first. Opening hands, first 2 cards, you love to see it. Shifter and the Charmy, Dungeon, Armor, and Ash Blossom. So really good. We have the best starter. Well, it's not the best starter, but it's one of your best cards. You want to see at least one of your 3 spell or traps for the deck, because you can only search 2. So seeing either Maker or Dungeon guarantees you can get the other one, plus the trap, and just have full board. Armor isn't the best Mimighoul, but it's a good extender going second, so not too bad. And an Ash, so 3 hand traps. And our opponent's on 1 Terraforming, 1 Maker, so it's a mirror match. Love to see it. 1 Imperm, 1 Shifter, and 1 Magnemite. So their hand's also very good. So he's going to get a standby phase. I'm going to drop the Shifter. I want to do it for the main phase, just so I don't get punished by something. And talents. I mean, I'm going to play into talents later anyways, because you don't want to drop this right away. Because you kind of want to use it when it's guaranteed to get at least 1 draw. Because this will oftentimes lead to your opponent not playing anymore, so you want to try to get at least the 1-for-1 on it. So he's going to go for Maker. I'm going to drop the Charmy, rather than just ashing it. He could lose the 50-50. And since I know it's the mirror match now, I don't know how much engine his hand actually has. So my biggest worry right now is that he's going to set up full board and then use the room to lock me out of normal summons. And it actually really hurts the deck. So I'm going to save this for room if I can. Yep. And that's going to resolve. He's going to set the dragon and grab the Archfiend. So not too bad. We draw into Master. Not the best draw. Yep. He's going to flip over the dragon with the Archfiend, get that back. Go for Field Spell at this point. Still saving the Ash. Until I get 2 Ashes, I'm not going to burn it on anything. Because if he has room in hand at this point, I would just be, it'd just be a lost game. He's going to search out the dragon. Dragon's effect, going to search. And he's making the read that I'm either on Tenpai or Mimighouls, because I'm running these hand traps. To be fair, I could have been on something like a Ritual Beast, too. I would draw into Maker, so we have a really good push now. He's going to search out Fairy, so that's pretty good. He already has pretty much everything. I mean, he's gone through Maker, Field Spell, and then he grabbed the room off the dragon, so he's in a pretty good spot. Now he just has a lot of free searches for bodies. He's going to just go for a Fairy onto my side to try and lock me out of the normal summon, which for the 2 decks that he suggested I was on, Tenpai and Mimighoul, is probably your best idea. You want to be able to keep that thing up, a monster set on your opponent's field, so that they can't attack with the Tenpais, even if they have the quick play spell, and they can't normal summon if they're on Mimighoul. So I'm just going to start with Fairy, flip it up, and he's going to room. I'm going to Ash Blossom that, and then start with the Dungeon. Dungeon, grab my own Fairy. We're going to Armor Special Summon, and then we're going to Fairy Special Summon. Overlay those. Yep, get rid of those. Go for the Giant. Giant effect is going to search us for a room, because we already have the Maker. Yeah, I just want to go Battle Phase here. Flare over the Fairy. I'm just going to go for a Zeus Play, because I already have another field spell, so I'm not losing anything. And I'd rather just get rid of everything he has. Because as far as I know, he doesn't have any follow-up. He hasn't searched any follow-up, so I'm just going to do that. He does have the Imperm, so it is going to force all my material off the Zeus. Wipe the whole board, then we're going to go Maker. Give them the Archfiend, and then I get the Dragon. And then I make a mistake here. I special summon the Dragon with the Maker, even though I haven't normal summoned yet, and we are under the Fairy. So anything we special from hand won't be able to activate. So that's a mistake. Wasn't too bad of a mistake, though, because we still have everything that we needed. The effect wasn't going to get us anything important. I'm just going to link those 2 off for a IP. Try to pass. End phase, going to Magnemite. They got our Shifter. So now he's back to Engine. Not what you want to see. Yep. And he's just going to go Battle Phase, clear the IP. I'm going to chain the room, try to keep us alive, and he has an Ash Blossom he drew into. So that's good for him. Then he's going to flip over the Archfiend, get rid of the dead Shifter in hand. Pretty good for him. We draw into Maker. So no hand traps, so he can just combo. So he's going to grab Maker, he's going to Maker effect, he's going to give us the Slime and give himself the Archfiend. Nice win on the 50. And he's going to use that, flip that up, use the effect, grab the Master. Master effect here, he's going to grab him a Fairy, I believe. Nope, Archfiend. At this point, I think he's just trying to lock me under my own dungeon, which is not a bad play. He's going to use Giant effect to grab his own dungeon. Yep. This way he has guaranteed ways to get back to engine. Next turn, use the dungeon effect to grab the Fairy. He's going to special summon the Archfiend to our side of the field. And then special summon the Fairy to our side of the field as well. And then he's going to pop both of our cards. With the Giant, we'll take 2k. Then he's going to link off for an IP of his own. And pass it off, we draw into dungeon. So pretty good draw. Yep, we're going to start with the Maker. We're going to reveal Dragon and the Archfiend. Win the 50. Special out the Dragon. Dragon effect's going to grab us the Trap. Yep. Activate the dungeon. He's going to think about using the IP or the Master. Uses the Master. We have a pretty free discard in the Master, so not too bad. I accidentally overlay when I'm trying to give it back. The buttons are right next to each other. Yep, so he's just going to let that go after that. He's not going to use the IP and SP. So I'm just going to use the dungeon, grab back the Archfiend here. Flip over the Fairy. Fairy go over to his side. He's still just letting it go. But now I can normal summon the Archfiend, flipping his Archfiend, get rid of the card in his hand, and draw a new one. He's going to chain the IP here, take away the body. Smart. If we draw into Shifter, dead draw. SP is going to go for our Dragon. Let's let that go. The only thing we had in Grave was the Room, and putting it back is not going to do anything for us. We already used a normal summon, we don't have an extender. So our play is just going to be Sky Crisis, either way. But that's going to be good to keep the Room in Grave. We're just going to beat over the the SP. Go to main 2, use the effect, we're just going to put back the Giant. Putting back any of this won't do anything for us. They're just going to be able to bring it back out later. Most we could do is get the Archfiend back in hand, but then he's just going to search something with the dungeon to put on our side, and it's going to be about the same thing. So we're just going to get rid of the XYZ that could blow up our Typhon for free. And he's going to draw into Shifter. Shifter buddies. So not a good draw for him. He's going to think about it. He's going to use the dungeon. Grab from Graveyard. I did look in deck first. Probably seen how much he's gone through at this point. 1 Archfiend, 1 Slime, 1 Dragon, 2 Archfiend, Fairy, 3 Archfiend. So all the Archfiends are gone, all the Dragons are gone, and I think that was all 3 Fairy. No, he might have 1 more Fairy in deck if he plays the 3rd. And I think he is on 2 Slime, I saw later. But all the relevant ones you want to grab are in the deck at this point. So I grabbed that, so now I know that he has a normal summon in hand, so I can just flip, give him a set card on his side of the field, lock him out of the normal summon. I'm just going to set the Archfiend, because now if he wants to flip it up, I get to draw one, he gets to discard one. So now he's got to think about it. Yeah, he's just going to go battle, clear over. The Master is at 3k, so it's going to beat over the Sky Crisis. I'll take 100 from that, and a whopping 200 from Fairy. Yep, main 2, he's just going to link these off for Phoenix to blow up my follow-up. I'm going to chain link to the Maker, flip over the Archfiend, get rid of the last card in hand. And I used the Room already this turn, and it is you can only use 1 effect per turn, so I could not use it to save the field spell. So at this point I'm just trying to get rid of the follow-up so he can't set it onto my side of the field. And now I drew into a Fairy, so now I have an XYZ play. So that's very good. A nice thing about this, if I didn't draw anything, I could still use the Room on my turn to give me back the Archfiend and then flip over his Slime. Well, my Slime. and we'd still be in a very good spot. We draw into Ash, so very good here. We have a way to play. Yeah, we're just going to think about it for a while, and we're just going to special the Fairy. Just miss defeat right away. Now we see that fake trap started watching. I don't know who this is, but he is always watching every game I play. Alright, so game 2, he's going to choose to go first. Opening hands, I got Talents, Ash Blossom, Arching. Not the best hand you want to see. 4 dead, well not dead cards, 4 non-hand traps. 1 Ash, decent enough. Multiples, Arching is a way to play though. But it's not a very good, it's very stoppable going second. So he's got Slime, Arching, Unicorn, Talents, and Dragon. Very good hand. So he's going to go to main phase, start with the Unicorn. So decides to start with the Unicorn to search the Birth. Probably would not do that. If I was on a Duel and Lockbird right now, that would be kind of devastating. So he's going to grab the Birth. The most he'd have is a Talents to look at my hand. And then Special Slime, normal Arching, and then like sit on a Throne, a Bounce 2 Throne with Master. If you special the Master off the Slime, you wouldn't get any follow-up. You'd have to rely on Dragon being able to resolve the next turn. So maybe a good bait, but the offside is way worse than the positive there. So he's going to put the Slime on my side, activate the Dragon Search for the Maker. He's going to Maker effect. And then I just Ash Blossom. The reason I did that was because I know there are 2 cards in hand. So either one needs to be a Fairy or a Armor for him to be able to XYZ or do anything like that. So I'm just going to elect to make him have it. So he's going to get the Unicorn, he's going to take our Zeus, and then he's going to look at our hand. Take one of the Archfiends, that way I don't have a guaranteed way to play. And then he's going to activate the Birth, link off for an IP, special back the Unicorn. And then he's going to Archfiend special to my side of the field. Not sure why he did that, really. I would have rather just kept that in hand as an unknown. And if I choose not to flip this, then you still have a guaranteed way to play. With the Arching to flip over my Slime. We draw into Dragon though, so really good draw. I got to start with it. Anything else doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't force any of these to activate to get the Talents, and he knows about it, so he's not going to do it. But we're going to grab the Maker effect here. We're going to summon Slime to their side and grab a Dragon. We already had the Archfiend in hand, so I chose the 2 that would have the greatest upside. If we get Dragon over there, it can explode their board. And no matter what they get with IP, it wouldn't be able to do anything. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to special out the Archfiend. This does kind of suck though, because we are out of zone, so whatever we special summon is going to take the position that Slime can be in. So we're going to do Chain Link 1 Archfiend, Chain Link 2 his Maker. He just tells me to do Archfiend. I could have been a real Sharky here and told him to pick one, because at this point it's not public knowledge as to which one is which, but we're not trying to be like that, so we're just going to let it go. So Chain Link 1 Archfiend because I am turn player, Chain Link 2 is Slime. Yep. I just choose special summon the Master. I could have just not special summoned anything, because none of the other level 1s do anything. So the only thing that would do anything is Master, so I'm going to elect to special summon that. And then the Slime's going to go to grave. I'm going to discard one of the Talents. And then he's going to get the Archfiend back. It gets into set rotation, so he is on the Cash Field spell, I'm assuming. And that's pretty good. He's going to get the Unicorn here, and I'm going to get the Master. Actually, Master Chain Link 1, Unicorn Chain Link 2. He's going to take my SP. So he's taking a lot of my utility cards. He has Rip twice though, so at this point he could have gone for both of my Giants. It would have been kind of hard to play. So then he's going to on-res use the SP to go into I mean, the IP going into SP. SP, he's going to choose to go for my dragon. You might want to go for the master here. It's really good. It's most likely a 1-of, so you might as well get rid of it. Because you know that I just searched for the fairy, so I already have access to a rank 1 play anyways. Yep, so we're going to talents. Yeah, he's just we're talencing to take at this point. Yep. And he's going to SP to itself and the Archfiend. But we can still take the Unicorn. Now we're going to Unicorn effect, grab Birth. I'm not sure if I could have Unicorned on the resolution of that to get the extra deck rip. I didn't want to wait for a judge either, and I know I'm going to attack with it anyways, so we're just going to not bother with that. So we're just going to attack for 43. Get the extra deck rip. We're going to take out the Throne. It's a 1-of. I know I'm not going to have access to a Unicorn, so I'm not going to try to rip both of the Giants, because I'm not going to have the Unicorn next turn. Yep, get rid of those. And then we're just going to link these off for a IP ourselves. And then we're going to drag it onto their side of the field. We do have the Maker engrave. So resolution, the SP is going to resolve. We're going to get back our Archfiend. He's going to draw into Archfiend himself. Really good draw. Yep, he's going to flip over the Slime. Slime effect's going to trigger. He's thinking if he wants to chain the SP here. But he really can't do it, because if he chains that, he's going to have to pick something of his own. Otherwise, I'm going to just chain the IP and take whatever the other target is. And he's just not going to be in a good spot, because I'm going to get my own SP, banish his other level 1, and then he doesn't have a play, really. And he also has to think that he has to save that as well for the Maker. So I'm going to flip over the Dragon, and the Dragon's going to blow up everything. So he's going to grab a Master of his own, get that back, Master effect, chain link 1. Not going to chain the Maker. Now he's going to overlay for a Giant effect. He's going to grab the Dungeon here. What I was really holding for was him to special back the Unicorn at some point. And then I was going to try to blow up everything. Yep, he just asked what's in hand. Again, if I want to be a Real Shark, I don't gotta tell him that stuff. I'm just going to go to battle. It's fine by me. I lose the ability to interact with the SP here, but that's kind of just fine. I'd rather just be able to live. Yep, and then he's going to Birth, bring back the Unicorn. At this point, if I don't activate anything, he's not going to get an extra deck rip this turn. He's going to use the Dungeon search a Fairy, and then use the Archfiend, special to our side of the field, and the Fairy after that. Yep. Which is cool, fine by me. I would draw into armor. Literally the best draw we could have had, because we can special the armor and special the Fairy. It's the only two Mimighouls together that would be able to play around the dungeon lock. And he sets the set rotation, which is actually kind of good, because if I started with a dungeon of my own, he could have just wiped both of them. Because he hasn't gone through any of his other... he hasn't gone through any of his other dungeons, so he still has a dungeon and likely the cash field spell. I'm just going to start flipping these up, because he already has his full board cleared. So I can just get rid of everything. And we're going to use that. We're just going to get rid of our Birth. We haven't seen cash yet, so it's not too big of a deal to get rid of it. And then we're going to special summon the armor. And then we're going to elect to normal summon the Fairy. But he's going to Unicorn first. What's he going to get rid of? He's going to get rid of our Throne. Yep. Normal summon the Fairy. We can't special summon it, because then he could chain the Little Knight. And then I'm just stuck with a Fairy with nothing else. Yeah, and it just would not work out for us. And then we're going to overlay for a Giant Mimighoul, Giant effect. He's going to chain the SP. He kind of has to, otherwise I'm going to get a free pop. Yep, so he's going to get rid of those, but I'm going to search for a Maker, and now I have a zone open. So now I gotta pretend like this set isn't even here, and it's not a real card. Because it's the only way I'm going to be able to play. Otherwise I'm just going to lose right away. We're gonna hit the dragon off the dragon and archfiend. And then I just admitted defeat because we already activated the fairy effect and I've normal summoned already. So this dragon isn't gonna do anything. Yep, and he's just telling me my 50-50. It's kind of crazy there. And honestly, it was. This whole game, I was hitting the 50s on the maker pretty well. We're gonna go first. We got Dragon, Birth, Dungeon, and Fairy. Again, I'm seeing Birth without Unicorn. He draws Master, so we go both get a semi-brick. Well, mine's a hard brick, his is a semi-brick. He's got Dungeon, Fairy, and then we do see the Pressured Planet, and he does see Room. So all engine, no hand traps. And we have a pretty good hand, so we're gonna be able to get quite a bit of advantage off of this. So we're gonna Dungeon grab the Slime, summon over into his opponent's field, and then go for the Dragon. Dragon grab the Maker. We already have Fairy, so I'm not too worried about getting hit with a Ash or a what's the name? Veiler. Use the Maker at this point. We're gonna reveal Cerberus and Archfiend. Hit off that again. Yeah, he's just kind of going crazy. Off our 50s. Archfiend, we're gonna flip over the Slime. Yep, we're just gonna bring out a level 1 overlay for the Giant effect, grab the Room, and then use these two to go for Throne. We could also just went for Winda here with the Cerberus on your opponent's side of the field. I thought about it, which is why I brought out the level 1. But at this point, I would just have the Dungeon as follow-up, and I wanted the Room, because you can do a lot with normal summons still. So I just selected to go for the follow-up play. We're going to go Throne, bring out the Master effect's going to grab us the Archfiend. Yep. We're going to special out Fairy to our side of the field, make an IP with the Giant and Fairy. And then I do like to go for the Archfiend set. The reason I wasn't going to do it originally was because he is on the cash variant as well, and he could tribute set. But then I thought about it, it's like if you're going to tribute set it, you're using your normal summon for that, so I'm just going to let it go. I'd rather get a lot more advantage off of these both being there. He's going to draw for turn. I don't know what he drew actually. Might have been the Dragon. Yeah, I think it was. But he's going to start with the Cerberus. He's going to banish the top 3 of his deck. He's going to hit the Droll, Ash, and Maker. Hitting one of the Makers is actually kind of good. That's one less graveyard trigger he's going to have later. He likes to give us the Droll. Originally, I just thought that was a bad idea, because you would rather just give him Nocta level 1. But he was just going to go for a Zeus play. He's going to use the Archfiend, discard the Master, free card. I would draw into another Dungeon. And then we're going to Room, set a Fairy under their side of the field. And he's going to get the Cash Field spell, grab the Unicorn. And then the Dungeon Field spell. He's going to think about it, he's going to grab a Slime. He's going to Slime effect special to his side of the field since I control more monsters. And then he's going to have the Fairy to special summon. Then I was thinking about it, because I do have the IP or the Throne Bounce. I did look at his extra deck earlier with Unicorn, and I didn't remember seeing a Fuko. So I was pretty sure he didn't have it, and then I just let it go. Apparently he did have a Fuko. So that was a problem. Summoned it in defense, I could have sharked him there again. But again, I'm not trying to win like that. So he's just going to go attack into the Droll. Main 2, going straight for the Divine Arsenal Zeus. He couldn't go for anything in between, because then he would lose his priority to make the first action in the main phase. So he's got to go for that. Otherwise, if he goes for Downward, I can Throne Bounce or I can SP, get rid of it. And then he's going to Zeus Wipe. We're going to chain the IP and we're going to chain the Throne. Think about what I want to put back. I decided to put back the Archfiend because I already have the Dungeon, so I don't need to put that back. And none of these really matter about being back. I guess I could have taken the Birth back and maybe seen something, but this can make a 3-card combo. Yep, so we're just going to put that back. Then we're going to IP link off everything in the Zeus for the Underworld Goddess, because it's the only thing that's going to be able to survive, because it's unaffected by cards that do not target it. Ask why I had a hand Archfiend. I obviously didn't know that this worked like this. And then he's going to get the Unicorn Search. Go for the Dragon. I heard he went through... no, he didn't go through Maker. Yeah, I let that go. Because now he's going to grab the Maker. I don't want to get punished by him having Maker as his last card in hand. Because I still don't know what this room is. Activate it. I said, let me see my luck. We're not about to see that luck. I'm just going to Ash that. Because now it's just still one unknown in hand. He's going to get an extra deck rip again. I take out my other Giant. So that kind of sucks. Yep, and he's got to think about it. Makes a misplay here. Goes for Anima and its own zone. You could have just done it here and linked this off. But now he's got to waste the SP Banish on the Underworld Goddess, where he could have gotten rid of another one of my XYZs from Grave, or the Maker, or the room. Probably would have been the best thing. But yep, now he's going to use the Birth, bring back out the Unicorn, and then he's going to set the room. I draw into talents, so that's very good. I start out with the Dungeon, and right away it's going to get hit with the Birth. Take away 3 cards from my graveyard. I get rid of the room, the Maker, and the Giant. Which is good. I accidentally banishes one. I'm going to use the effect. I'm going to grab a Dragon, because I still know this is a Birth. Not a Birth, but it's a room. So I'm just playing like it's an Imperm or something. And then he just uses it right away. And that's going to lock me out of being able to normal summon. So I don't have a play, so I'm just going to pass. I could have summoned one of these to the side of the field, and maybe that would have made him go for the Unicorn. But then it still wouldn't matter, because I could only draw 2. So if I go for take, then he's just going to SP away everything, and I'm still in the same position. So I'm just going to elect not to play. If he can kill me, he can kill me. He draws a Lightning Storm for turn, so still no engine. Yeah, he just has to go battle. I chose to use the Unicorn. He's going to take my Zeus. We're actually getting a lot of people in here. Barbecue Chicken. Kotelele. Yep, he's going to get rid of that, which is really fine by me. Then I don't have to worry about getting rid of that myself. Now he's going to Unicorn. Unicorn put back. And Birth bring back. Not too sure why he did that. He already knows I have Dragon in hand and the Archfiend. So I had one unknown, so he already knows I have a way to play, and he doesn't have any way to stop me at this point. It's just the Unicorn. This turn I remember I played this very horribly. I decided just to Dragon special the other side of the field, and then he's going to Unicorn, rip my SP, which really sucks because that was going to be my next play. That was the talents take and then take the SP. Yep, we're just going to take the Unicorn. The Castor Unicorn. Because everything else didn't really matter too much. The extra deck's already ripped apart. Then we're going to use the Archfiend. Archfiend blow up the field. Yep, get rid of that, get rid of that. And then we're going to get the Unicorn effect. Taking one of his 2 Giants. I haven't ripped anything, so... then we're going to Maker, special out the Armor and the Dragon. Which kind of sucked. But we do get the Dragon. Dragon's going to search for the Dungeon. Dungeon, effect to search. We're going to put the Throne back, actually. So that we can overlay that and use the effect, bring back out the Master. I am out of monsters in deck at this point. I probably should check that again before I went for this play, because I still have my Unicorn. So part of the play was going to be just getting rid of these 3 for a Unicorn and spinning back his Birth, and just leave him under the lock the pseudo lock. It's not a very good lock, but I know we're both probably pretty close to being out of anything playable. I could have linked off the unicorn, but he's just gonna bring back right away. And nothing actually was worth making. So we've already gone through our IP, got rid of our SP. So you know, yeah, the only thing in the extra deck is some like unicorn, and that's just negging for 3 bodies for no reason. He's gonna flip over the armor effect. I'm not too sure why he did that. He's gonna go to battle phase and main phase still. I'm just gonna use the throne. I'd rather he just not beat over it, which was really dumb, honestly. I'm not sure why I did that. He went to battle phase, he wasn't gonna beat over anything. So I just made a really dumb play there. I think this was at like midnight last night. I was just kind of tired when I was making these plays. I just don't remember some of the draw though. Link off for an IP. Summon back out the birth. The unicorn. Unicorn's going to attack armor. Armor is already protecting everything. So he's going to unicorn, take out the nightmare unicorn. We're going to take 400. We're going to draw into a thrust. We're just going to start getting stuff from the graveyard. Probably should have done that in main phase 2 actually. Beat over, and then go for that. He's going to take out the Maker, the 2 Archfiends. So now I'm out of Archfiend access. So that kind of sucks. I'm just going to beat over everything. 21, 4K, 25. So pretty good damage. That should be 56 total. So should leave him on 24. 4K. I did the math wrong somewhere on here. But it is what it is. And then we're going to normal summon the dragon. Dragon's going to search the room. I'm out of names in the deck, so it's not going to do anything for us. I probably could have said it just in case he had like harpies in the deck. That way I can get the graveyard effect still. And I guess I could have said it because I can't special from hand. So eventually when I get stuff in hand, it'll be useful again. He's going to start off with summon back unicorn. He drew into a fairy. But he's not going to be able to do much with that. I'm just going to go battle. I will take the 400. And then he just gives up. He's dead next turn, no matter what he does. This is 4K, 25. Yeah, he's beyond lethal. Flipping the grave. He has a room that doesn't do much of anything with fairy. So yeah, it was just kind of wrapped from there. Yep. Alright, let's get into the next game. So next game we're against Don't Be Men. I don't know if he meant to put mean in his name, just misspelled it. We're going to win the RPS. We're going to elect to go first. Opening hands, we have Cerberus, Imperm, Shifter, Fairy, and Talents. He has Molcharmy 1, Molcharmy 2, Lightning Storm, Imperm, and Shifter. Stereotypical Tenpai hand, if you ask me. He just draws crazy. Draw phase, he's going to drop the Shifter. I'm going to normal summon the Cerberus and use the Fairy effect to special summon. He's going to use the Perilia. Not sure why he didn't drop that in the draw phase, maybe because he wants to make me play. But if I was on something else and I only normal summon once, that card would have just been dead. So I'm not sure why I did that. So I was going to get his 1 draw, get the Ash Blossom, and I'm just going to Talents Look at Hand. He's going to activate the other Molcharmy. Again, not sure why you did that. Obviously, I'm not planning on giving you another draw. Also, why would you do that after priority came back to me? Because right now I could have just went for an XYZ and that would have just been dead. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. Now we're going to look at a hand. We're just going to take the Lightning Storm. That's the only thing that's going to be able to clear my board. And just leave him on no engine still. He has an Ash and an Impermanence. Yep, so we're just going to set the Imperm of our own. Pass. Draws the Dark Hole. So it didn't matter, he still had the board wipe. But I know he doesn't have anything to play. I draw into Dungeon. Good draw. It's going to force the Ash, or the Imperm, one of the two. So I just need him to whiff another draw. He draws into Prosp. I got nothing to stop that. He's gonna go for 6. He's gonna see a bunch of board breakers, and then he sees a Chandra. Chandra or the Sangin Kaiman is his only engine access. I mean, you could grab a Fadra, but it's not gonna do anything for you. So he's gonna take the Chandra, put everything back. Just a little fast forward there. He's got normal Chandra, go to battle phase, attack. We're going to activate the Imperm so that we don't just die. I know the last card in hand is in quick play, so we're still good. We're going to draw into a Archfiend, and we're going to use Dungeon Effect. I still know this is an Imperm, so just going to play around that a little bit. If this had been any extender, we would have been fine. Because then I could have just searched Dragon, which would have forced the Imperm, would have been good. But I can't really do that. So we just have to go for an extender of our own. We're going to grab Armor. And if we went for like a flip effect play with the Archfiend, he would have just Impermed that. And we still would have been dead. So we're just going to overlay for Nightingale. My plan is that he's going to be dumb and try to Imperm this when it attacks. And then I'm just going to use the effect to protect. I'm still going to be able to survive. But he just lets it go. Summons out the Padra. Padra grab Kaiman. And then he just lets it all go still. Overlay, make the Zeus. And I just know I'm dead. He has full control over when I'm going to be able to Zeus, and he has the full lethal damage just with the Sangan Kaiman. Because that was a smart design choice on his part. A lot of skill. Game 2. We're going to draw Called By. We're feeling good against the Mulcharmies. But obviously this time he doesn't draw any. Unicorn, Dragon, Slime, and Maker. So a lot of good engine. You know what the problem with this is all my interruptions going to be on the board. And we're looking at a Lightning Storm and a Dark Hole. So if you can guess where this is going. We're going to special over the Slime, just to stop the Imperm, which he did have. Go for the Dragon. Dragon's going to search for the Dungeon. We're going to search for a Archfiend. We're going to Unicorn, grab the Birth, since we've already checked for the Duel here. And then Maker. This would be the check for the Mulcharmy Furos. Lets that go as well. So at this point, I'm going to guess that if he has anything, it is the Imperm or Nibiru. One of the two. But we're going to special out the Cerberus and use the Archfiend effect on the Slime. Yep. Get that, special out the Fairy here. And I think, yeah, we're going to go for Unicorn. We're going to take one of the Bidents. And this time we're just going to go for the, whatchamacallit? Winda. Should all Winda play. I should not have used this effect actually. I should have just held this and made him force the Cerberus special summon. I'm just not sure why I did that. Because now this is just gonna go to grave. Really dumb play. Just don't play. Don't play past midnight. You just make really dumb decisions. And then we're gonna link off the two flip effect monsters for the Shadal construct. Use the effect, use that and the number 13. Go for Winda. We're going to set the Called By. And then we're just going to pass. If we wanted to, we could have first gone for an IP here. And then birthed back the Unicorn. And then we would have done a few more interruptions along with the Winda. To consider, but then I don't know, you're just leaving yourself a little bit more wide open to stuff. I'm just gonna draw Imperm again. I mean, we're gonna see it never would have mattered. I'm just gonna blow up my back row and then Dark Hole everything. It's like, okay, cool, I still have Winda. And then he's gonna normal summon. Here I actually should have been a shark because he takes his back right away and goes for the infinite impermanence. So I should have just been a shark. Like, nah, you misplayed there, bud. But yeah, we're just gonna call it there. I was more just annoyed of anything. It was like, all right, I just got a 3-card comboed. Cool. Technically 4-card combo if you count them needing to have an engine piece. So yeah, that was a duel and a half. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.